Hello, this is Valerie Aiello, and you're listening to Idea Diary. Thanks for coming back to my office and hanging out. I was listening to a podcast today, or a new podcast from, I guess you would call her a YouTuber. I guess technically a family YouTuber. She just had a baby, and her husband and her share everything that they do. They show off their house, and one of the reasons why I found her was kind of a weird story because I was trying to name my house that I was trying to design and build, which I think I'm going to do something different now that since the apocalypse hit, all my plans have changed. Not all of them, but a lot of them. So definitely with the real estate stuff, I am switching everything. Reason why I found this girl is because she had named her house, and it was a house tour that I was watching. And I don't know exactly what country they live in. I don't know. They're not from the United States. So anyway, her house was really cool in the way that it was designed, where there was a pool in the middle and the house kind of wrapped around the pool, and I love their house. And it was just very cold and metallic and kind of office library kind of feeling, which is kind of the aesthetic I like. I want to live in a museum. I want to live in an office. I don't know. I just like that. I just like that kind of modern vibe. Kind of like in Beetlejuice when they buy the home in the suburbs and then the stepmom, she designs it totally insane. That's kind of my style. Maybe not so much insane, but I just like that. I don't know, I'm saying cold, but it's not a coldness. It's just kind of a minimalist kind of, lots of concrete, lots of metals, maybe some woods, but in a certain way. I really liked her home video. So I followed her channel and I watched a couple episodes here or there whenever it pops up in my feed. Just overall was really positive. There isn't really anything to learn from her channel. And I'm not saying that in a negative way. It's just that she's just showing her life. And I guess they started a podcast, her and her husband. And so I was watching their podcast episode on YouTube, and then just listening to it just kind of gave me a little bit of an aha moment. And I think that kind of having a podcast about nothing, just kind of about what you're doing, and kind of a lifestyle podcast. And sure, a lot of it could be totally fake, and a lot of it could be just showing your best self forward. What a lot of people complain about Instagram, and how Instagram can be negative to a lot of people because they see all these people's perfect versions of their lives, and then they look at theirs and they think really bad about themselves. I guess there is a medium, I guess. I do think there are bad things about social media, and it's unhealthy in some way. I can't necessarily pinpoint it to be able to specifically point to like this is bad and this is good, because I do think there's a lot of great things about social media. Right now, just fully aware of what is healthy. There's something bad, and I'm trying to pull back the onion, all the layers, to figure out, all right, what do I want to contribute to? What's good? I do feel like communicating and being able to convey who you are and your personality, using a microphone and using a camera is, I feel, valuable at this point of the game, because I get so much value of checking out other people's stuff. So when I was listening to or watching this couple's podcast today, I just thought, you know what? They're kind of talking about what it annoys each other about being together 24 hours a day all the time for months and months and months, and kind of talking about what they were fighting about, the toilet seat kind of couple problems. But overall, they were just saying that they don't really fight, and it's kind of a blessing. They don't count on each other for entertainment, so they're never really bored with each other. They're more excited to get to do things together when it's time to be together. even though they're all in the same house. I'm sure it's much easier when you have like this luxurious home that has special rooms for special things instead of just a 1-bedroom apartment together. I think things could change a bit, but in a way, I just really felt like, oh, them sharing themselves and kind of maybe showing off a little, maybe showing off what they're proud of, maybe, something as simple as a pantry organizational video. Sometimes you would think, who wants to see your pantry all organized? But really, for some people, it's hard to organize a drawer. They don't have the motivation, or they feel really down. And it's just like, hey, I got up today. I organized everything in my pantry. I've labeled everything. I've taken away all the clutter, and I've gotten rid of all the crap, and everything's organized, and I'm going to show it off. And not every pantry is glamorous. When you watch pantry organizational tours on YouTube, it's just kind of motivational and happy. And even if somebody's life seems overly perfect and everything's great, I feel like that's also inspiration. It doesn't have to be something that makes you feel bad or makes you feel jealousy or something like that. It can just be motivational, like, okay, these two young people have figured out how to make this great life, have this great house, have these whatever it is that they have. And showing off online might seem kind of egotistical and a little crazy and just me all the time. But if it motivates one person to have the guts to try harder or want more and for themselves, or clean their own pantry, or whatever it is that is going on, maybe it just inspires them to be nicer to their husband, or figure out, hey, we can live together in this one place, never doing anything else except going to the grocery store for fun, and we can figure out how to get along together and still have fun. Whatever it is, I feel like just sharing nothingness. And when I said nothingness, I mean kind of in a Seinfeld way, where Seinfeld was a show about nothing, but at the same time you fell in love with the characters because they're just showing crazy things of life and what happened in like a little snippet. I feel like if you're out there and you're mulling around in your mind like, oh, I'm so boring, or who would want to listen to me? Why would I need a show? I would just say it might just be totally inspirational just to watch you be you and then see where you want to go. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm kind of seeing where it unfolds, and I'm starting somewhere. There's this one YouTube channel, and I can't remember what it was called, something Story of Me, The New Me, or something. And it was this woman who was basically being evicted from her house, and it was not a hoarder house, but basically a hoarder house. And it was like grime, like for real grime, ceiling to floor, every single thing. And she started a YouTube channel, and she just kind of showed everything. And she said, all right, this is me. This is my life. I'm so in the dumps. I'm at the bottom. And she kind of just started cleaning this grimiest of grimy kitchens in the world. And she started at one end, and she cleaned it up, and she started in one room. There's tons of people that watched it right out of the gate. I couldn't believe it. It was just this woman. She was in her 70s, something like that, maybe 65 to 70. She never showed her face. She just kind of would show the camera and show what she was cleaning. And it was kind of horrifying. But you just watched her clean each room of this grimiest house, and she got rid of everything, and she got ready to be evicted. And I think she was able to fit whatever she could fit in her son's car, and they drove away. And then I think she had a few cats. She ended up getting a hotel I guess it was a real hotel, but it was one of those with a kitchenette and everything. So I think she was just paying week to week to live there. And then the hotel ended up just happened to was being transformed into apartments. So they let her be one of the apartment tenants. So she ended up having a home. I haven't watched it in a while. Once in a while it'll come up in my feed. Just kind of her pictures of her cats, videos of her cats, and she's kind of showing her where she is now. But you just really watch somebody come out of the depths of despair, and she survived it. And it wasn't fancy, and it wasn't anything. It was just a story, and it was amazing. I appreciate her braveness to show what was really happening and how she was really living, and what she had let herself fall into, and how she pulled herself out of it. And she had health problems, and she could clean like an hour a day or something. It was like just painful to watch somebody, but she pulled herself out of it through it all. I just wanted to jump on because I had listened in that podcast of these super fancy, cute young couple that seemingly has everything, and their show, they were just starting a podcast. They're already a successful YouTube channel. Just kind of hearing them talk about just nothing and just kind of ramble on about, oh, this is what's happening right now. We have a baby. We are together all the time. These are our issues. I just found it really a positive thing that I just thought, you know what, these two people are really inspiring people to try harder and be more amazing. And even though this seems kind of not important, I guess, in the aspects of the whole world and everything that's happening, all the pain and suffering and craziness that could be happening, and these people have this seemingly perfect life. And I'm saying that not that they're trying to portray themselves to be perfect. It's just, you can just tell when, oh, these people have everything going on and they're blessed. Maybe not everything's perfect, but it's so cute. But I just see them and I can imagine, oh, there's some 18-year-old kid out there watching this and thinking, oh, I could have that. I could do that. And I can have a nice marriage, and I can have a family, and things can be amazing. It's not unattainable. So maybe, just having something that shows people that things are attainable and you can do it. Even through the worst of times, you can maybe show that off to the world, and that could help somebody. There's so many different ways to just join the internet, have internet friends, have people watching you and enjoying you and kind of growing up together. And, everyone's trying to make their life a little bit more awesome every day, and everyone's struggling in some way, and everyone's succeeding in some day, and it's a roller coaster of emotions, but I'm here for it. And hopefully you're out there too and doing it too. I guess that's the show for today. I still don't know how to end the show, but I almost do, so I'm just going to play the music.